Alright, this is my second entry for the Deboss Garage International Car Show 2021. This is my 1971 Chevrolet C10, affectionately dubbed Penny. I'm sure you can figure out why. She was bought new. My dad's dad bought it from a dealer in Fort Scott, Kansas in 1971. Pretty much as you see it now, with the addition of a few small touches over time. She was used as a farm truck for 20 plus years. I've got photos actually my grandma took of this truck in the background with my dad around 3 or 4 years old and his sister standing in front of it. It's got the stock racks on the back. This truck has hauled hay, it's hauled grain, it's hauled gravel. The stock racks on it, they've hauled pigs, they've hauled cattle, they've had horses in the back of this thing before. And she shows the wear for her age, but I wouldn't change a thing about it. This happened in about '04. My dad was daily driving it at the time, and he was pulling in after work one day and got sideswiped. After that, he turned around and used the insurance money to help buy this truck, but that's a different story. We're focusing on this old girl. So my dad drove it in college for a little while, and then when I turned 14, he tossed me the keys and I tuned her up and got her running good, and ended up actually having to rebuild the engine in my senior year of high school. 250 inline 6 Rochester monojet single barrel, HEI converted. My points distributor was actually so worn out, the bushings in it were so worn out that the darn thing jumped time when I hit a pothole one day, so swapped that in. Haven't had an issue since. She's got split 3-into-1 headers, and they fit extremely poorly, but yeah, that gives it a unique exhaust note. The good old factory oil leaks, even though I rebuilt on her. Put in a 14-inch, 12, somewhere in there. Put in an electric fan because the old girl was running hot a few years back. Really the only thing I've touched on the brake system on this in the 4-5 years that I've had it as daily-ish. I drove it for 3 years in college as daily, and then after that I've been trading off between these two pretty regularly. The only thing I had to replace was the master cylinder. One of the seals blew out, and I was rolling 40 miles an hour towards the intersection, and I had nothing. So that was fun. This dent was from a cow backing into it in the field one day. So when my dad was in college, he installed the rally style wheels, and then 4 years ago I put the Cooper Cobras on it. They give it a nice look. Really, white letter tires look good on about anything. She's got some rust. It's just weight reduction. Helps her go a little faster. A little bit of weight reduction in the bed as well. Yeah, we'll just overlook that. Rear bumper, my great uncle Merle built right after my grandpa bought the truck. Bolted it on there for him. Tailgate doesn't like to open, that's fine. It's got true dual exhaust to 45s out the back, and that wiring's it's fine. Sometimes actually the tail lights, brake lights don't come on when I turn the light switch on, so I have to come back, reach up under there and give it a jiggle. Then they start working. And she'll buff. Inside, so it actually originally had the 2-point West Coast style mirrors on it. I have no idea when those got taken off or where they ended up, but I would rather have those on it than these, just because Again, a little bit of factory weight reduction. Door seals, who needs those? Floor mats, they're gone. Who cares? So she's manual everything. 4-speed on the floor. I believe it's the new process, NP 435 gearbox. Manual steering, manual brakes, manual choke, manual windows. Yeah, manual everything. No AC, heat only. After I got the truck, I went ahead and my dad had put in a aftermarket radio but didn't cut the dash. I went ahead and chopped her out. You gotta have some proper tunage. You can't be rolling around without your Merle and Waylon and Georgia Jones. Come on, man. So I put those in. It's got 27-year-old Sony door speakers. They still sound okay. Also put in an extremely oversized tack just because water temp gauge hasn't worked in years. Fuel gauge always reads full. We're good. No, actually my fuel gauge is this tire rod. Just dunk it down in the tank. And gives me an idea where I'm at. We got about half a tank. Good enough. Get. There you go. The seats are out of a 92 Suburban, I believe, split bench, and they've held up pretty well. The blanket, not so much, but my dad put these in when he was in college as well. And I really like them, actually. They're comfortable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much to say about this old rig other than she's been a workhorse for the last 46 years of her life, and I think I'll give her a proper retirement. I'll go through it one of these days and do a little restorating on it, and I'll probably keep most of the touches like the seat and the wheels and stuff like that, but just fix on some of the holes in the floor and take care of that. Get her back to good running order. And maybe swap out the 410 rear gears for a 308, something that actually makes first gear usable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The ignition switch is so worn out that you can jam literally any key. This is to the toolbox in the back, I think. I don't even know. You can jam anything flat in there and the darn thing turn on, turn over. I started it with a hatchet one day. But yeah, this old truck's been a good workhorse and will continue to serve her purpose for many years more. Anywho, thanks all for looking, and good luck to everyone else who entered.